Hello and welcome to an unboxing. This is of a Be Quiet Power Zone 650 watt. I apologize for any kind of hand twitching. I currently am not in the same place I normally am. I'm in New York currently, so I don't have my tripod. Eventually it'll find its way up to me, but currently it's not. Chances are by the time that this unboxing and the next one are done, I'll probably be back. Either in State College or back at my house, so either way I'll have the tripod and be able to do unboxing. So this is a Be Quiet Power Zone. It's a really heavy box. If you read in the corner here, the single 12-volt rail maximizes stability and available power. Cool off function cools off even after PC shutdown. Silent wings fan for unequal quiet operation and full cable management. It's a completely modular power supply. It's a single rail. Single rails can supply more wattage overall, but they're more susceptible if you short something out to completely going kaput and dying and causing big issues, which back in the early 2000s, cases were poorly designed, didn't have rubber gaskets around things, and cut wires a lot. So there was a big push for multi-rails back then because you could kill a rail, but your power supply would just suck it up. Now you really don't need to worry about it again. You can go back to single rail. The cool-off function means that after you shut off your computer, this power supply literally just stays on and cools itself back down, so it doesn't just cook itself sitting there. Like most power supplies. Honestly, I don't know about that. I don't really think it's that. I guess if the fan's off, because it does cycle the fan on and off based off of usage, it will just stay off. But that works. It's also in German and French, so no Spanish, apparently. That's strange. On the side of the box, sorry, I'm one-handing this, you have a listing of all of your connectors and the lengths of them, apparently. Get your motherboard connector. You have 3 fan connector plugins. I don't know if they come with wires to connect those. Sorry, I'm trying to. You get 2 12-volt CPU connectors, so you get 2 4-pin CPU connectors up to an 8-pin. So if you're clocking, you got that covered. I mean, you got 650 watts. It should cover that. You have 4 8-pin PCI graphics card connectors, or 6 plus 2-pin technically. You have 2 SATA, 2 hard drive, and a floppy disk drive on 1 cable. You get another cable that has 4 SATA on it. Another one that has 2 SATA, Molex, or 2 SATA and 2 Molexes on it. And you get another scale on those. I'm not sure if it's actually 2 scale. It says 550 millimeters, 150 millimeters. So I guess each one of these is 150 millimeters apart until you reach the end. It's just strange that they don't tell you like the lengths of the PCI connectors. I guess they just assume that you try and draw an imaginary line. That's outside. On the back, we have the word Uber in there. Check that out. Really dark text and really tiny text. Be Quiet has been the best-selling PC power supply maker in Germany for over 6 years. I'm pretty sure the only ones in Germany. They're very focused and they're gloating a little bit. So it talks about some more stuff about this. Silent wings, basically the fan is 140 millimeter fan, I believe, and it will cycle on and off. Cool off means that the fan stays on after the computer turns off to cool itself down, and you get full cable management because it's completely modular, and that's what it looks like. We'll see it later. As for the actual breakdown, this is how it is. The 3.3 volt can supply 25 amps. The 5 volts can supply 25 amps. The 12 volt can supply 54 amps. The negative 12 is 0.3 amps, and the 5 volt VSB is 3 amps. So basically most of your load is going to be on the 12 volt, a little bit on your 5 volt and your 3.3. Your 5 volt is where your USB 3.0 stuff comes from. Your 12 volt is what powers like graphics card, whatever. Your 3.3 is just there really for your motherboard and whatever runs off of it. 3.3 is really more of a logic level thing. 12 volt gets broken down into a lot more usually, I think, at least if I remember correctly, on the motherboard. So that's why you need to have most of your load in your 3.3. Your negative 12 will probably never be more than 0.3 amps because the negative voltage, and to make a negative voltage very strong, either you have to take a positive voltage and run it backwards, or you actually make a real negative voltage, which is generally you don't need that much of it anyway, so you have 0.3 amps, and that's it. Up here we have, on the back you only have English and German apparently, you don't get French. Let's see, you can run SLI and Crossfire on here, if you couldn't tell from the fact that it has 4 8-pin graphics, or 6+2 pin graphics card connectors. I wouldn't run like 4 290s off of here or something weird like that. I guess you could only run 2, so don't run like 2 290s in Crossfire on here. I would try and go for like 750 watts or higher. It's 80 plus bronze. I don't know if I noticed that, or I mentioned that. It's got better capacitors. Yeah, it's just a restatement of everything else. It's just kind of the first time that it's actually mentioned 80 plus bronze besides the picture. Oh, France is on the side. Oh, and Polish, which is not on the front, which is strange. So, we open the actual box. Oh, I gotta take the sticker off. Knife. Will the sticker go unbroken? There we go. So, now that I can do that, now I can put the box back the right way. I don't know why power supply boxes just I'm doing a flip design. And the manual is right on top. Yeah, oh my god, that's pretty hefty for once. Anything I know that works so small is probably just like what we've seen: English, German, Polish, French, in order of best countries. So it's just 4 languages, and that's why it's so thick. Power supply itself, which comes in between these 2 boxes. The one on the left is very light, the one on the right is very heavy. And the power supply itself, which is between 2 boxes with foam in them. Actually, it's a really nice packaging design. I like that. So you can see that it comes in this nice fabric bag that you use for whatever the heck you use it for after you take your power supply out of it, because you'll never take it back out of the computer most likely until it blows up, or you throw the computer out or whatever. Maybe you want to run like quad SLI or something. Is that even a thing anymore? The tri-SLI is like the max now. So it's a 650 watt power supply. It's very cold from sitting outside right now. This unboxing gives it a chance to cool down before I put it in my computer. So it says power zone on it, one side. This is the side that you'll obviously see coming out of the computer. Let me rotate this around. It will take 100 to 240 volts because they ship these straight out of Germany. Switching power supply just detects the hertz rate and just switches automatically. There's no more big red switch on the back like that there used to be. So there's power zone on both sides. It says 650 watts on the fan itself. I'm actually kind of glad that it said power zone on both sides. Like normally they stick this sticker on the other side. So there's a restatement of all the facts that I've already covered on there. Now it's got Chinese on it. So, caution in French is called prudence, apparently. Prudence is a very nice lady. She probably knows one of my aunts. so there's power supply. Let's put that in the corner there. Let's check out the heavy box because that's the one that's hardest to open with one hand. The heavy box includes one standard issue power cable. Let's move this out of the way. Ooh, Velcro tied. Wow, look at that. Too bad there's mustard on the end, but why does it say fan on those? I guess they're assuming that you're using the Molex for fans. Or you're supposed to pop it off or something? I don't even know. So you get these cool red and black striped sleeves over top, or red orange kind of. I guess that's the new theme for my case, and then black and white wires on it. I guess they're trying to keep the ketchup and mustard down, but it kind of didn't work so much on the motherboard connector. OEM power supply companies, please figure out a way to get up to here with, like, even if you have to pay some guy in China a little bit more to do that, come on. Oh. Okay, well they're doing the blue power supply PCI connectors. I would not have gone with those, but that's different. So you get your PCI connector cables, complimentary zip ties and mounting screws. Oh, those are some long mounting screws. Those are longer than normal. I don't know if it's because of the power supply being heavier than normal, and maybe they put longer standoffs in there. This one has been dented. I think it's even on the side where the power supply was sitting. Like, oh wow, okay. It just collapsed on the side that has no bracing. So these are your hard drive connectors, SATA connectors. Nothing too fancy about it. Same braiding pattern on them. I like the color on the braiding. I just wish it went all the way up to the end. And again, you get ketchup and mustard, ketchup and mustard, ketchup and mustard. Convenience thing is that my case does not show any cables that are not going to graphics card or motherboard. So that is the Be Quiet Power Zone 650 with Silent Wings technology and stuff like that. Look at that Art Deco fan cover. I like that style, it's nice looking. Power Zone. I feel like this should be powering, like, I don't know, power tools or something. It's just the way it comes out. Like it should be like a battery pack or something. I didn't show a shot of this. Here, if I can get the angle on it right, are the connections for the everything, the wires that go into it. You get the fan connectors, but they're only 2 pins, and I guess there must be a... Yeah, so the fan connectors have a Molex, and then go to the 2-pin, I'm assuming. That's strange, I don't know, it's something. I'm sure beats the heck out of you running Molex to fan connectors, so there you go. That's the power supply. There's the end again. That's upside down. So yeah. Next unboxing, I don't know when it'll come out on the channel, will be my R9 380 I bought to go with this. Or really, other way around, I bought this to go with it. But this is what I did first. So have a good day, and I'll see you later.